In the silent vastness where darkness swallows light, a whisper of cosmic mystery unfolds, an invisible dance between the solar wind and Earth's hidden shield. Imagine the universe's breath brushing against a fragile, shimmering veil, a luminous curtain woven from the silent song of oxygen and nitrogen, ignited between 80 and 300 kilometers above our heads. These auroras, delicate yet powerful, are like celestial poetry composed in strokes of glowing green and crimson, a silent symphony that speaks of storms brewing on the solar horizon. They are the Earth's luminous heartbeat, flickering in response to distant solar tempests, their shimmering whispers echoing across the fabric of space and time, influencing satellites, GPS signals, and radio waves that connect us all. On distant worlds like Jupiter and Saturn, these ephemeral lights echo in alien skies, hinting at a universal language of light and magnetism. As solar activity reaches its peak, these radiant phenomena become more frequent, more urgent, yet their true nature remains an enigma woven into the fabric of the cosmos. But what lies behind this cosmic veil? Imagine the vastness of the universe as a colossal canvas, stretching beyond the limits of human perception, where celestial phenomena dance in silent harmony. Among these, the terrestrial polar auroras stand as shimmering gateways between worlds, an intricate ballet of light and force that unfolds at the very edge of our planet's atmosphere. These luminous displays, akin to the gentle glow of 1,000 fireflies shimmering in unison, illuminate the night sky at altitudes between 80 and 300 kilometers, revealing a hidden dialogue between the sun's relentless wind and Earth's magnetic shield. Picture the solar wind, an invisible river of charged particles racing through space, carrying the energy of distant stars and the fury of solar storms. When this energetic flux encounters Earth's magnetosphere, it sparks a complex interaction, like a cosmic handshake that ignites the sky with radiant colors. Oxygen molecules, excited by this encounter, release bursts of green and red light, while nitrogen atoms contribute subtle blue and purple hues, painting the polar skies with a living, breathing masterpiece. It's a spectacle born from physics, yet infused with a profound sense of wonder, as if the universe itself is whispering secrets through flickering flames. These phenomena are more than visual marvels. They are integral to the fabric of space weather, influencing the very tools that connect us. Satellite communications, GPS signals, radio transmissions, all are vulnerable to the tempestuous moods of our star. During geomagnetic storms, particularly when the planetary KP index exceeds 5, the auroras become more frequent and intense, like cosmic thunderstorms illuminating the darkness. The upper atmosphere responds dynamically, with the excitation of oxygen and nitrogen molecules shaping the shimmering curtains of light that have fascinated humanity for millennia. The grandeur of these processes extends beyond Earth. Observations of Jupiter and Saturn reveal similar, yet uniquely mesmerizing auroral displays, massive, powerful, and sometimes more vivid than anything witnessed on our planet. These distant worlds, cloaked in thick atmospheres and complex magnetic systems, serve as cosmic laboratories, teaching us how universal these phenomena truly are. As we peer into the heavens during the peak of solar cycle 25, the frequency of these auroral displays surges, transforming our polar skies into gateways of cosmic energy. We are reminded that these luminous phenomena are not isolated events, but part of a grand, interconnected celestial orchestra, an ongoing dialogue between the sun, planets, and the fabric of space itself. What truths might be hidden within this infinite architecture? How does this celestial dance shape our world, our technology, and our very understanding of the universe? The answers lie in the shimmering lights that dance above us, mysterious, magnificent, and endlessly compelling. As we drift quietly beneath the vast canvas of the night sky, imagine the gentle dance of lights that shimmer and sway between 80 and 300 kilometers above us. These auroras, born from the delicate interplay of solar wind, magnetic shields, and Earth's upper atmosphere, are more than mere spectacle. They are whispers of cosmic conversations, echoes of the sun's breath reaching deep into our planet's heart. During geomagnetic storms, when the sky flickers with heightened intensity, these luminous expressions tell stories of oxygen and nitrogen awakening in a silent symphony. And just as they illuminate our skies, they influence the unseen world of satellites, GPS signals, and radio waves, reminding us of our fragile connection to the universe. As we gaze upon these celestial curtains, let's return to where it all began, the primal dance of energy and light. If this journey touched your spirit, leave your voice in the comments, and let's share in this wonder together. In the vast abyss before time unfurled its delicate threads, there was only an endless void, an ancient silence that stretched beyond comprehension. It was a silence not born of stillness, but of potential, like the quiet before a storm, or the deep breath before a spark ignites. In that primordial darkness, chaos and order danced a silent ballet, swirling together in a cosmic womb where nothing yet existed but the raw essence of possibility. Imagine the universe as a great forge, a celestial crucible where the fires of creation burn fiercely. Within this forge, stars were born and died in violent, radiant explosions, stellar deaths that spattered the void with fragments of cosmic dust. These cataclysmic detonations scattered elements across the fabric of space, casting forth the building blocks of everything that would ever be. Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, each forged in the heart of dying stars, like embers tumbling from a celestial fire. These remnants drifted through the darkness, silent witnesses to the universe's relentless transformation. From the ashes of these stellar funerals arose the first whispers of structure. Dust particles coalesced, pulled together by unseen forces, gravity, magnetism, the faint pull of the primordial field. It was as if the chaos was surrendering, giving way to a delicate choreography, a slow awakening from the void. In this cosmic nursery, matter began to organize itself, spinning into swirling clouds, dense and luminous, like the breath of a sleeping giant beginning to stir. Think of this moment as the universe's own rebirth, a phoenix rising from the ashes of its own demise. The dust, now infused with the energy of ancient fires, gathered in celestial cradles, igniting the first sparks of planetary formation. These nascent worlds were born from dust motes, spinning in the darkness, their surfaces still molten, their atmospheres yet to take shape. It was a time when silence reigned, but within it swelled the promise of life, of light, of a universe awakening to itself. And from the depths of these cosmic fires, new elements emerged, not merely as static matter, but as the very essence of change. The death of stars forged helium, carbon, nitrogen, fundamental threads woven into the fabric of the cosmos. These elements were the silent architects of future worlds, laying the groundwork for atmospheres, for oceans yet to be formed, for life that would someday observe the silent ballet of the heavens. In this primordial silence, the universe kept its secrets, whispering only in the language of light and shadow. It is a silence filled with the echoes of creation, a deep, resonant memory of chaos giving way to order. The universe, in its infinite patience, prepared to unfold, a slow dawn emerging from the dark, a symphony waiting to be played. As we stand in awe of the luminous displays that dance across our skies, auroras shimmering like memories of that ancient fire, we are reminded that we are but the children of that primordial silence. We gaze upon the lights that flicker at the edges of our atmosphere, unknowingly touching the echoes of cosmic birth, the remnants of stellar deaths that sculpted the elements we breathe, the particles that form our very being. What remains buried in that ancient silence? Is it merely the memory of chaos, or the promise of endless rebirth? Perhaps, in the depths of that timeless void, lie the seeds of every dawn, every star, and every whisper of light that reaches us today, waiting patiently, quietly, for us to listen. Beneath these records, something is still alive. A whisper from the distant past, encoded in the delicate dance of light across the polar skies. These auroras, shimmering curtains of green, purple, and crimson, are not mere spectacle. They are the universe's silent diary, a poetic ledger written in photons and particles that traverse the vastness of space and time. Through meticulous observation and relentless curiosity, scientists have learned to read this celestial script, uncovering echoes of cosmic history hidden in the glow of oxygen and nitrogen molecules excited high above our heads, between 80 and 300 kilometers in altitude. During geomagnetic storms, when the solar wind intensifies beyond usual bounds, these interactions become more vivid, more urgent. The magnetosphere acts as a cosmic shield and a storyteller, channeling energetic particles towards the poles. As these particles collide with atmospheric gases, they excite atoms and molecules, causing them to emit light, a luminous language of the universe's ongoing dialogue. These optical emissions are like snapshots in time, capturing moments of energy transfer and revealing the unseen processes that shape our space weather. They tell us about the shifting dance between the sun's outbursts and Earth's magnetic defenses, illustrating how charged particles carve pathways through the sky, igniting a spectacle that is both fleeting and eternal. But beyond the visible, the story deepens. Scientists have detected high-energy emissions in the MeV range, which serve as cosmic fingerprints of nucleosynthesis, the forging of elements within stellar furnaces. These energetic signatures are like fossils, relics of nuclear reactions that occurred billions of years ago, long before our planet formed. They are the universe's way of preserving its own history, a time capsule sealed within the very fabric of space. When we observe these emissions, we are peering back through the layers of cosmic evolution, uncovering evidence of ancient stars that once burned bright, creating the elements that would one day become part of planets, life, and us. Remarkably, similar auroral phenomena have been observed on distant giants like Jupiter and Saturn. Their swirling atmospheres and magnetic fields serve as natural laboratories, extending our understanding of these luminous interactions across the solar system. Each observation adds a new chapter, revealing that these light shows are universal expressions of magnetic and atmospheric interplay, echoes of the same energetic processes that dance across Earth's poles. As we approach the peak of solar cycle 25, the frequency and intensity of these auroras increase, a crescendo in the cosmic symphony. They remind us that our planet is a delicate nexus in a grand, dynamic universe, a realm where invisible forces forge visible miracles. Beneath these shimmering curtains lies a profound truth. The universe's history is written in light, in particles, in energy. With each observation, each data point, we are piecing together a cosmic diary, a reflection of time itself, an ongoing story of creation, destruction, and rebirth. And beneath these radiant records, something is still alive, an enduring memory carried in photons, in particles, in the very fabric of space. The universe's past is not only preserved, it is alive, whispering to us through the glow of the polar skies, inviting us to read, to understand, and to marvel at the eternal dance of light and matter. Deep beneath the surface of our understanding lies a realm unseen, a hidden labyrinth where cosmic forces intertwine in a silent ballet. Here, in the shadowed corridors of space, the interplay between the solar wind, the magnetosphere, and the upper atmosphere creates luminous spectacles that defy direct observation. These phenomena, known as terrestrial polar auroras, are not merely visual displays. They are the fingerprints of a complex microscopic universe that operates beyond the reach of our naked eye. Within this unseen domain, particles collide at altitudes between 80 and 300 kilometers, exciting oxygen and nitrogen molecules to emit their shimmering light. Yet, what we see as shimmering greens and reds are just the surface of a much deeper story. A story written in the language of energetic interactions, invisible to all but the most sensitive instruments. Imagine the magnetosphere, a vast magnetic shield encasing Earth, acting as an underground fortress guarding against relentless solar assault. Its unseen structure, a web of magnetic lines stretching far into space, channels the solar wind, streams of charged particles rushing from the sun toward the poles. During geomagnetic storms, especially when the KP index reaches or surpasses 5, this fortress becomes a battleground. The magnetic lines ripple and distort, unleashing bursts of energy that penetrate the atmosphere, igniting the excitation of atmospheric gases into breathtaking displays. These luminous emissions are not random. They are the visible echoes of a subterranean dance of particles, energies, and magnetic fields. But what kind of life waits inside this silence? Beneath the shimmering curtain of auroras, an intricate ecosystem of microscopic interactions unfolds, a universe of ions and electrons exchanging energy, creating fleeting states of matter that flicker and fade in an instant. These processes, occurring at a scale far smaller than a grain of sand, hold secrets about the universe's earliest elements, remnants of ancient stars whose nuclear furnaces forged the building blocks of our very existence. They are fossilized whispers of cosmic history, encoded in the very light that escapes from this subterranean realm. Venture further into this unseen world, and you encounter structures of staggering scale and complexity. Among these is the magnetar, a neutron star with an unimaginably intense magnetic field, a cosmic fortress of energy billions of times stronger than Earth's. Though light years away, the magnetar symbolizes the ultimate unseen structure, a natural laboratory of extreme magnetism and particle interactions. Its magnetic field twists and writhes in ways that ripple through space, influencing even Earth's magnetosphere during intense solar activity. The magnetar's presence reminds us that the universe's unseen architecture extends beyond our planet, connecting us to phenomena that challenge the very limits of our understanding. This unseen universe has tangible impacts. During heightened solar activity, the increased frequency of auroras correlates with disruptions to GPS signals, satellite operations, and radio communications. These invisible forces, originating from the heart of the sun and channeled through the magnetic corridors of space, threaten the infrastructure that underpins our modern world. Yet, they also serve as a window into the universe's hidden design, an ongoing dialogue between the known and the unknown, the visible and the invisible. As the sun approaches the peak of solar cycle 25, the tension intensifies. The unseen structures grow more active, their energetic whispers becoming louder, more frequent. The auroras dance more vigorously, illuminating the sky with a foreboding beauty that hints at deeper mysteries. What secrets lie within this cosmic silence? What life or energy waits in the depths of these unseen terrains? The answers remain hidden, locked in the fabric of space, waiting to be uncovered by those willing to listen to the silent song of the universe's most secretive regions. In the quiet vastness of space, where the universe whispers its ancient secrets, life demonstrates a resilience that transcends the limits of imagination. It is in the delicate dance of particles, in the luminous glow of auroras that ripple across the polar skies, that we see a reflection of our own perseverance. These shimmering curtains of light, born from the collision of solar wind with Earth's magnetic shield, serve as a testament to nature's unyielding capacity to adapt and endure in the face of relentless forces. Within the upper atmosphere, between 80 and 300 kilometers above the surface, oxygen and nitrogen molecules become energized by invisible streams of solar particles. These particles, racing through space at dizzying speeds, collide with atmospheric gases, igniting a symphony of optical emissions that paint the night sky with ethereal hues. This spectacle, fleeting yet profound, illustrates a microcosm of resilience. Molecules that, despite being battered by cosmic winds, continue to emit light, to tell their stories of survival. Their persistent glow is a quiet reminder that even in the harshest environments, where temperatures plummet and radiation intensifies, life's fundamental processes endure, persist, and adapt. On a grander scale, the magnetosphere acts as a colossal shield, a force field forged by the Earth's magnetic core that deflects the solar wind, an unceasing barrage of charged particles. During geomagnetic storms, especially when the Kp index rises to 5 or higher, this shield becomes a battleground of energies. The invisible currents ripple through the ionosphere, igniting spectacular auroras on Earth and even on distant worlds like Jupiter and Saturn. These planetary auroras, vast and majestic, echo the same resilience found on our planet, attesting to a universal principle. Life, or at least the potential for life, persists wherever conditions allow, adapting to the chaos with astonishing grace. In the face of these cosmic tempests, human beings find a mirror. We, too, are creatures of resilience, navigating storms both literal and metaphorical. Like the charged particles that dance within Earth's magnetic embrace, we encounter challenges that threaten to overwhelm our resolve. Personal losses, societal upheavals, the relentless march of time. Yet, just as oxygen molecules ignite in the darkness, illuminating the night sky with their silent persistence, so too do we find within ourselves a spark, an unyielding desire to endure, to learn, to grow. Every obstacle we face is akin to the solar wind buffeting the magnetosphere. It tests our strength, pushes us to our limits, yet often reveals new facets of our inner landscape. The resilience of nature teaches us that survival is not merely about withstanding the storm, but about transforming it into an opportunity for renewal. Like the auroras that shimmer brighter during solar maxima, our own perseverance can shine more vividly when challenged. If life finds a way there, amidst the fierce solar storms, the crushing pressures of the deep oceans, the icy silence of distant planets, what are we capable of surviving? It is a question that invites us to look beyond our immediate fears and limitations, to recognize the profound interconnectedness of all resilient forms, molecular, planetary, human. The same forces that sculpt the auroras also shape our capacity to endure, to adapt, to hope. In this cosmic ballet of energy and matter, we are reminded that resilience is woven into the fabric of existence. It is in the silent glow of a nitrogen molecule, in the majestic sweep of Jupiter's auroras, and in the quiet determination of a person facing their own storms. Each luminous emission, each magnetic dance, is a testament to a universal truth. Life, in all its forms, has an extraordinary capacity to persist in the most hostile, unimaginable places. And so, as we gaze upward, marveling at the shimmering curtains of light and the distant planets glowing with their own resilient fires. Let us carry that wonder inward. Let us remember that within us lies a spark as fierce and enduring as the cosmic forces that shape the universe. If life finds a way there, amidst the chaos and silence, in the depths of space and the depths of ourselves, what are we capable of surviving? The answer, quietly, softly, is everything. A silent warning pulses through the cosmos. During geomagnetic storms, when the KP index reaches 5 or higher, the sky ignites with breathtaking auroras. But beneath their beauty lies chaos. Particles collide at altitudes between 80 and 300 kilometers, igniting oxygen and nitrogen in a furious display of light. This isn't just spectacle, it's a signal, a disruption in your GPS, your satellites, your radio communications. The very fabric of space weather is shifting, and as the solar cycle 25 peaks, these phenomena grow more intense. The universe's invisible forces threaten our connected world. Imagine the impact: lost signals, chaos in navigation, unseen dangers lurking. This is a call to awareness, a moment to reflect. Comment what this awakening means to you. Because, and yet, something is unraveling fast. Our fragile reliance on technology is more vulnerable than ever. Stay alert. The universe's fury is closer than you think. The universe shudders with a deafening roar, a cosmic scream echoing through the fabric of space and time. The delicate dance of particles and magnetic fields, once a harmonious ballet, now spirals into chaos. The solar wind, a relentless tide of charged particles unleashed during the peak of solar cycle 25, crashes against Earth's magnetosphere with ferocity, tearing at the very shield that protects us. As the geomagnetic storm intensifies, the auroras, those shimmering curtains of light, become harbingers of impending catastrophe, their vibrant hues masking the underlying destruction. Oxygen and nitrogen molecules, caught in the upheaval between 80 and 300 kilometers above, ignite in violent bursts, unleashing optical emissions that dance like ghostly flames, signaling not beauty, but the unraveling of planetary stability. Beneath this luminous facade, Earth's magnetic armor weakens, fraying at the edges like a crumbling fortress. The once impenetrable barrier falters, exposing the planet to a barrage of solar fury. Satellites, vital arteries of our interconnected world, flicker and fail, their circuits overwhelmed by surges of energetic particles. GPS signals, the lifeblood of navigation and communication, become erratic whispers lost in the void. Radio waves distort and scatter, like cries in a storm, leaving us blind and deaf to the signals that keep our civilization tethered to stability. Each burst of solar energy is a blow to the fragile infrastructure that sustains modern life. Simultaneously, on distant worlds, Jupiter and Saturn, the same tempest rages. Their colossal magnetic fields, once symbols of cosmic resilience, tremble beneath the solar assault. Their auroras, once majestic displays of planetary grandeur, flicker with unnatural intensity, a mirror of Earth's suffering. These planetary light shows, usually symbols of cosmic majesty, now whisper warnings of a universal fragility. The universe's grand design begins to fracture, its once immutable laws bending under the weight of relentless energy. The very fabric of space seems to warp, tearing at the seams, as if the cosmos itself is unraveling. Closer to home, the consequences are visceral. The melting ice caps, once slow and inevitable, accelerate their demise as climate systems spiral into chaos. The polar caps, the planet's icy heart, dissolve into an irreversible flood of water, swallowing coastlines and displacing millions. The climate, once a predictable pattern, descends into an unrecognizable maelstrom, storms of unprecedented fury, droughts that parch the earth, and heat waves that scorch any semblance of stability. The environmental collapse mirrors the cosmic fragmentation. Both are echoes of a universe that is breaking apart, both manifestations of an unstoppable unraveling. The collapse is not merely environmental, but existential. Humanity's technological edifice, built on the assumption of a stable cosmos, teeters on the brink of failure. Power grids collapse under geomagnetic surges. Communication networks are severed like lifelines torn from the body. Societies unravel as they confront the void. The realization that the universe's order was always fragile, always teetering on the edge of chaos. The comforting certainty of progress gives way to dread, a visceral awareness that our civilization is but a fragile shell, susceptible to cosmic forces far beyond our comprehension. And in that unraveling, new powers begin to stir. Shadows emerge from the chaos, primal and ancient, awakened by the cosmic dissonance. Forces once dormant within the universe, dark energies and unseen entities stir in the cracks of reality. They thrive in the chaos, feeding on the disintegration of order, whispering promises of renewal from the ruins. Humanity's old dominions crumble, and amid the debris, these new powers emerge, uncertain, terrifying, yet undeniably real. They embody the universe's relentless capacity to regenerate through destruction, to forge new realities from the ashes of the old. The cosmic and earthly collapse become one in a relentless cascade, a mirror reflecting the profound truth. The universe is not eternal, but a fragile tapestry, woven together by forces that can just as easily tear apart as they create. Our planet's icy heart dissolves into the abyss, just as the universe's core destabilizes, threatening to swallow everything in an irreversible descent into entropy. The auroras, once symbols of cosmic beauty, now serve as grim warnings, spectral flames illuminating the darkness of a universe unraveling, a testament to the inevitable, visceral truth that chaos reigns supreme, and stability is but an illusion. In the silent depths of space, beyond the shimmering auroras that dance at the poles of planets like Earth, lies a complex web of motivations that transcend mere scientific curiosity. As we observe the interactions between solar wind, magnetospheres, and the upper atmosphere, phenomena that manifest spectacularly during geomagnetic storms, we are reminded of the profound power dynamics at play in our own world. These luminous displays, born from the excitation of oxygen and nitrogen molecules at altitudes between 80 and 300 kilometers, are not just natural spectacles. They are symbols of control, influence, and the unseen forces guiding human ambition. Space mining emerges as a new frontier, an extension of earthly pursuits, yet with stakes that threaten to redefine geopolitical landscapes. The allure of rare Earth elements and critical minerals found on asteroids or on moons like Europa and Titan echoes the colonial ambitions of the past. Historically, access to vital resources has been leveraged to exert dominance, to shape economies, and to entrench inequalities. Today, the race to extract extraterrestrial riches mirrors these patterns. Nations and corporations alike seek to control the cosmos not merely for scientific discovery, but for economic supremacy. They seek to harness the vast potential of space resources, often cloaked in narratives of progress and innovation, while quietly consolidating power in a new arena. Yet, beneath this veneer of technological advancement lies a series of ethical dilemmas. Who truly benefits from space mining? Will it be a democratization of resources or an extension of colonialism into the cosmos? The parallels are unmistakable. Just as colonial powers once exploited the natural wealth of colonies, modern actors risk repeating history by monopolizing space resources, leaving behind communities on Earth, particularly those already marginalized, struggling with the environmental and social fallout. The extraction of rare earths from the Earth has already demonstrated how resource-driven economies can deepen inequality, fueling conflicts and environmental degradation. Now, the stakes are higher, with the added dimension of uncontested space. Control over space weather, these luminous auroral displays, becomes a metaphor for power. The ability to predict, manipulate, or even disrupt geomagnetic phenomena ties directly to technological sovereignty. Satellites that rely on precise signals for navigation, communication, and surveillance are vulnerable to solar storms and geomagnetic disturbances. As we become increasingly dependent on these systems, the control of space weather and the ability to mitigate its impacts become strategic assets. This control is not purely scientific. It is political. Nations invest heavily in space weather forecasting and defenses, recognizing that who manages these invisible forces can influence global stability. But what about those who are marginalized in this new cosmic order? Historically, technological and economic advancements have often widened inequalities. The nations with the most advanced space programs are also those with the greatest military and economic power. They set the rules of engagement, determine the standards of space governance, and decide who gains access to these new frontiers. The rest are left in the shadows, watching from afar, their communities vulnerable to the ripple effects of space-based technologies, be it through the disruption of communication networks, the destabilization of climate systems, or the environmental costs of resource extraction on Earth. In this context, the question of control becomes intertwined with ethical consideration. Is this pursuit of extraterrestrial wealth an extension of imperialism? Are we risking a future where space becomes yet another arena for dominance, with the rich and powerful dictating the terms while the vulnerable are left to suffer the consequences? The history of resource exploitation on Earth offers a stark warning. Unchecked greed, when coupled with technological dominance, can lead to environmental collapse, social upheaval, and the erosion of collective rights. And so we ask, who shapes the future, and who is forgotten in its shadow? Will the architects of space exploration and resource extraction prioritize equitable development, or will they perpetuate the cycles of inequality that have marred human history? Will the benefits of space technology be shared broadly, or will they serve only the interests of a select few? As the universe's luminous auroras remind us of natural beauty and cosmic forces beyond our control, they also serve as a mirror to our own tendencies, our desire for power, control, and dominance. In contemplating these futures, we must recognize that knowledge alone does not guarantee control. Understanding the mechanisms of space weather or the intricacies of celestial mechanics does not automatically confer ethical authority. It is incumbent upon us to question who benefits from this knowledge and who bears the burden. As nations and corporations race to stake their claims in space, history urges caution. Without deliberate ethical frameworks, we risk repeating the colonial patterns of resource exploitation now extended into the cosmos. The parallels with Earth's recent history are undeniable. The extraction of rare Earth elements has fueled modern technology, but at great social and environmental costs. The colonial legacy of resource control continues in new forms, masked by advances in science and technology. The question becomes whether we can forge a new paradigm, one rooted in shared stewardship, responsibility, and justice, that guides humanity's steps into this uncharted territory. In this delicate dance of progress and peril, the luminous auroras serve as both a reminder. As we stand at the crossroads of cosmic phenomena and human destiny, we are reminded that the beauty of the polar auroras is not merely a spectacle of light dancing across the polar skies, but a mirror reflecting the profound ethical questions about our relationship with the universe. During geomagnetic storms, the interactions between the solar wind, the magnetosphere, and the upper atmosphere produce displays that are as mesmerizing as they are warning signs of the delicate balance we have yet to master. These luminous curtains, formed by oxygen and nitrogen excitation at high altitudes, serve as both a reminder of nature's grandeur and a call to responsibility. Imagine a future where humanity, heedless of the warnings embedded in these celestial lights, pushes forward with reckless exploration and exploitation of space resources. In this dystopian vision, the rush to mine asteroids, harvest minerals from moons like Europa and Titan, and control the cosmic environment leads to an unchecked expansion of human activity. The skies become battlegrounds of technological dominance, where nations and corporations deploy aggressive systems to manipulate space weather, aiming to safeguard their interests at the expense of planetary stability. As the frequency of intense geomagnetic storms increases during the peak of solar cycle 25, the impact on our technologies deepens. GPS signals falter, satellites are lost, radio communications become unreliable, and our dependence on space-based systems makes us vulnerable. In this world, the natural symphony of auroras, once a symbol of Earth's resilience, transforms into an ominous warning. These lights, born from the excitation of atmospheric gases, become harbingers of chaos, disrupting vital infrastructure and exposing the fragility of our technological networks. The consequences ripple out, affecting global economies, endangering human lives, and deepening inequalities. Vulnerable communities, lacking access to resilient infrastructure, suffer the most, their plight amplified by the very pursuits that promised progress. The ethical failure here lies not just in greed, but in the neglect of our shared responsibility to preserve the cosmic and planetary harmony. We become spectators and victims of our own hubris, blind to the interconnectedness that binds us to the universe. Now, contrast this with a hopeful future, one where humanity recognizes the profound ethical implications of our actions and chooses a path rooted in stewardship and respect. In this vision, we see a collective awakening to the importance of preserving the natural balance that produces these awe-inspiring auroras. Through responsible exploration, international cooperation, and ethical governance, we harness the power of space weather forecasting not to dominate, but to protect. Advances in technology enable us to mitigate the effects of geomagnetic storms, shielding satellites, safeguarding critical communication networks, and ensuring that our reliance on space-based infrastructure does not come at the cost of planetary integrity. This future envisions humanity as a conscious steward of the cosmos, actively working to understand and respect the forces that shape our environment, both terrestrial and celestial. We develop policies that prioritize equitable access to space resources, ensuring that benefits are shared globally and that environmental impacts are minimized. The increased frequency of auroras during the solar maximum becomes a symbol not of chaos, but of harmony, a reminder that we are part of an intricate universe, deserving of awe and responsibility. Our technological advancements are coupled with ethical commitments that emphasize sustainability, justice, and the preservation of the delicate balance that sustains life. In both scenarios, the pivotal element remains the same: us. The choices we make today, guided by either greed or wisdom, will shape the future of our planet and our relationship with the universe. We hold the agency to decide whether the dazzling lights of the auroras continue to be a symbol of beauty and resilience or become warning signs of neglect and impending catastrophe. It is within our power to foster a future where exploration and innovation are driven by a sense of shared responsibility. where the pursuit of knowledge does not overshadow the ethics of stewardship. In the end, it's not just a story of stars, it's a story of us. The luminous curtains that dance across our skies are a reflection of our collective consciousness and ethical resolve. As we gaze upward, let us remember that our actions echo beyond the confines of Earth, resonating through the very fabric of the universe. The choice to embrace responsibility and compassion, to prioritize sustainability and justice, transforms these celestial displays from warnings into beacons of hope. We are the architects of this future, and through our ethical commitment, we can ensure that the story told by the polar auroras is one of harmony, resilience, and shared destiny. As the polar lights dance across the night sky, they whisper stories of cosmic forces in silent symphony. These shimmering displays remind us of our fragile place within the vast universe, where solar winds and magnetic shields collide in a celestial ballet. Each flicker of oxygen and nitrogen's luminous breath is a testament to the delicate balance that sustains life and technology alike. In these moments, we are called to listen, not just to the whispers of the auroras, but to the deeper call of responsibility. The increasing frequency of these lights during the peak of solar cycle 25 urges us to reflect on our role as stewards of this interconnected universe. Let your voice be the echo that shapes awareness, the gentle force that inspires action. Share your thoughts, your hopes, and your fears, for through understanding, we forge a future where harmony prevails. Now, let us fall into silence and feel the pulse of the cosmos beneath our skin, inviting us to act with consciousness and care. And so, as the silent dance of light continues across the polar skies, we are reminded that the universe's ancient rhythms persist beyond our understanding. The shimmering auroras, born from the collision of solar wind and planetary magnetism, mirror the delicate balance between chaos and order that sustains all existence. They reveal a universe both majestic and fragile, where unseen forces shape luminous displays and influence the fabric of our technological world. Observations of distant worlds like Jupiter and Saturn echo our own wonder, hinting that these phenomena are threads woven into the cosmic tapestry we are only beginning to comprehend. As the solar cycle reaches its peak, the frequency and intensity of these radiant manifestations increase, urging us to ponder our place within this grand, interconnected ballet. Perhaps, in the quiet glow of these lights, we glimpse a deeper truth, that we are part of an eternal cycle, where the universe's silent questions echo through time, awaiting our quiet understanding, inevitable as the dawn.